Apparently, somebody here, I didn't know about this. There's been somebody making a lot of videos about me. I found out about it just through this video myself. It got recommended to me.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So today we're going to be reacting to some videos uploaded by this channel called Food Shops. So over the past 5 days, they've released 4 different videos about me and Asmongold, targeting us for all kinds of crazy reasons. It's their content nuke, and normally I don't react to smaller channels because I believe they just want the attention, but in circumstances like this, I do feel comfortable reacting because I don't believe the extra set of eyeballs on their channel will benefit them in any sort of a tangible way because their opinions are just that bad. So what we're going to do here is react eventually to this video, which kind of sums up everything that's going on, and also they're kind of having a breakdown over the abhorrent like-dislike ratios on the previous 3 videos. And to give you context before we head into the final video, we're just going to quickly go over the first 3 videos right here and kind of give you a sense of what we're dealing with. So, video number 1 in this series. Asmongold is unironically bad faith.
Another bad video about me.
They make an entire video in bad faith. And you can see the like-dislike ratio. It's not great.
What a surprise.
20 likes, 200 dislikes. And this is, you know, a video that neither I or Asmongold have reacted to yet. So this is just the market reacting. This is the video out in the wild. It's all natural right now, and it's still doing that badly. And with this, you know, there's a lot to break down. But again, for brevity's sake, let's just see a small portion of this video where essentially they're criticizing me and Asmongold for talking about various issues like USA ID as well as Gamergate and things like that. So
talk, walk, babe. Yeah, they tell you everything to do. These are the people that want to tone police you. They want to tell you what words you can and can't say.
For the record, these are the same exact people who cry all the time about black people and women appearing in their video games. The same.
Bro, this is that retard on Twitter that keeps saying this over and over. They keep saying this. That's not even what it was about. That was never what it was about. Oh my God. Wow, what a surprise.
Same goofballs who cried about a black samurai in an Assassin's Creed video game. Regardless, here we see another way that implications are veiled through layers of irony and purposeful vagueness.
Okay, so they're basically saying that me and Asmongold are freaking out over Yasuke. We hate Yasuke because he's a black man in a video game, which is not the truth whatsoever. People are not criticizing Yasuke as a character in Ubisoft's implementation of this character because he's simply a black man. They're doing it because Ubisoft, through their own actions, have made a very dishonest portrayal of this historical figure while also claiming they are historically accurate and they respect Japanese culture. Meanwhile, they're claiming he's a samurai when that is a very highly contested claim, and their only real source for that seems to be Thomas Lockley, who wrote a 400-page fan fiction about Yasuke with no empirical evidence that has been absolutely dragged by other Japanese historians. So, yes, people have a problem with Yasuke as a character in this game, not because he's black, but because of the way that Ubisoft has implemented this character. And you can see a totally bad faith argument that anyone who watches our videos...
Everybody knows that too. Like, that's exactly what it is. And that's why everybody downvotes videos like this. It's because people make up bullshit and they start with a premise that's just totally fucking untrue. And then they turn it into something that's completely different.
Would never believe for a second. And that's how they start off this whole thing. And they just, you know, yap over and over again about USA ID. They have a big issue with us criticizing USA ID. And eventually they end the video by saying something along the lines of, they don't believe that Asmongold and myself actually believe our own opinions. Which,
right, of course.
Okay, I guess. But that's kind of how they started off my video. This is the second video in the saga here. Apparently, he also sucks, and it's titled Rev Says Desu.
Man.
Unironically, bad faith. And you can see that the dislike ratio is not too great on this one either. But this is how they describe my content, then I'll explain kind of what happened in this video.
Correctly. This ultimately brings us to Rev Says Desu. Rev is a commentary channel that often covers gamer news. However, If you look at all of his videos, you can clearly see they have a slant to them. His commentary oftentimes appeal hard.
I mean, how do you say that when every video is bad about somebody yourself? How do you do that? I mean, I feel like this is like, yeah, what are you talking about?
This analysis knowing that this is what works best for their channel.
Okay, so this is the class.
So this is what I find to be, this is what's so stupid about this, is that, yeah, obviously they're going to do something that's beneficial for their channel, just like you're doing. It's so weird for this.
Classic argument people make. They basically say, if your videos get views, you must be doing this
negative self-awareness.
In a very inorganic way, that you're grifting or you're doing something like that. I make these videos because I care about these topics. It's not just to get clicks. If I wanted clicks, there's other topics I could talk about that don't come with daily death threats and unhinged people constantly complaining about you. Okay? I talk about these things knowing some of the backlash I might get because I enjoy these topics. Now, we also see what she's reacting to here, and she spends the entirety of this video where it's titled, "I criticize the gaming industry, now YouTube is silencing me." So what happened in that video is I was reacting to a situation where a previous video got age restricted, right? And I thought it was very unfair, and I made a video about it because that's what YouTubers do. When you have issues with YouTube, you make a tweet about it, and then you make a YouTube video about it, and that solves the problem typically. And that video, after I released it, within 1 hour, the age restriction was removed. Now, in that video, I talked about an observation I made about the gaming industry where a lot of companies want to make these promotions centering around Christmas-related themes, but they never say any sort of dialogue along with it that says Merry Christmas. They always use Happy Holidays, and I think that's just like a PC approach to things. It's not meant to be a super deep topic, and you can disagree with it, that's fine, but I'm just raising that for context because the video is age-restricted as a result. And in this video, Food Shops claims that, like, I'm trying to morally grandstand here and have this performative outrage where I'm saying I'm being persecuted because of my beliefs and these topics involving Christmas and all this stuff. When I only brought up the topic for context to explain why it's so frustrating that I got an age restriction for sexual content. So that topic...
People always just make shit up like this. This is the problem that a lot of these people have, is that this is one thing that I've learned about the internet, is that basically any sort of drama or anything like that that happens, it's just people making shit up, and they don't actually even care about whether it's true or not. Their goal is to just spread negative information about somebody that people don't like. That's it. That's literally all there is to it.
I covered was completely benign, but then I get hit with an age restriction, and then that appeal rejected within 5 minutes for sexual content, including nudity, which obviously didn't happen. But they tried to, in bad faith, misrepresent what I'm doing. And also throughout this video, to wrap this one up, they basically try to gaslight the viewer into believing that I don't have any clue how YouTube works, but they do. They claim on the one hand...
If they knew how YouTube worked, they would have more than 3,000 subscribers.
That me going to Twitter and YouTube was just
let's be honest,
that doesn't actually fix anything. And that the real solution was instead to go to the YouTube creator help on your main page and then talk to some consultant there, which is insanely stupid. That doesn't work. They pretty much have no power on that chat line. They can't fix hardly anything. 90% of your issues, they can't even begin to address. So that's stupid. And then they also disputed my claim that in January, there's definitely a downfall, a ramping down of ad revenue typically on YouTube because after the holidays, advertisers aren't as gung-ho
everybody
with
knows
YouTube
that shit.
and their campaigns there because people just are broke from the holidays. They're not spending as much money. That's something that any creator who's been around long enough recognizes. It's a pattern. It doesn't affect everyone the same, but it's definitely a pattern that exists. In fact, I know at least 2 different circumstances where PewDiePie took the month of January off, and one of the reasons is that videos and ad revenue just didn't perform as well, and he'd rather save his content for the next month and take a break during that time. But basically, that's what they yap about for this whole time. A bad faith argument trying to gaslight people about things that just aren't true. But then we get the third installment of this saga. Asmongold messed up big time.
Oh my god. Bro, where do these people come from?
I get 24 likes, 139 dislikes. This video is talking about USAID, and Asmongold's reacting to a decoy voice video. And let's just begin by hearing her description of Asmongold, especially when it pertains to his increasing shift towards political commentary.
He totally has the freedom to explore politics on his stream. But if a very large streamer does cover it, I expect a bit more out of them. And so, where there is politics, there is Asmongold falling off.
You heard it here, folks.
I don't know about that.
Asmongold is falling off. He is fallen off, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know about you, but like looking at the Asmongold TV channel.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't know. Uploaded 18 hours ago, 1.3 million views. Every video at least getting hundreds of thousands of views, some hovering around a million. How does that keep happening? In many cases, breaking a million. 1.6 million in 2 days. And then you got the clip channel. Guys. Same thing with this. 900K in 9 hours. 900K in 22 hours, so on and so forth. Like, he's also, just statistically speaking, the biggest political commentator on Twitch right now. So he's falling off. That's such a disingenuous explanation of what he's doing. But speaking of disingenuous, let's listen to this next part where she describes not only some things about Asmongold, but also Decoy Voice, who's catching strays here.
First, Asmongold's eyebrows do more commentary than him. Asmongold begins by watching a right-wing guy named Decoy Voice.
Right-wing Decoy Voice.
Not to harp on somebody other than Asmongold, but his opinions are straight up trash. The objectively correct opinion here is that the US needs to clean up their explosives on countries that they interfered with in the past. It's like clogging your friend's toilet after going to their house and leaving without telling them. Regardless, Asmongold seems to watch this guy a lot and makes goofy faces.
What?
No. No. I don't think so.
What are these criticisms? His eyebrows move too much. He makes funny faces. Like, damn. What does it have to do with anything? Like, that's not legitimate criticism. So, in this video, they're doing tricks on USAID. I cannot believe anyone defends USAID this hard. So, as Asmongold claims, and I agree with in many regards, the reason people don't feel bad about USAID falling apart is because the overwhelming majority of their foreign campaigns were an absolute waste of money. You know, DEI musicals over in another country, or paying for transgender comic books in South America. Like, these things are ridiculous. And Food Shops here tries to use an appeal to emotion, saying, well, one of those programs that's going to get slashed is cleaning up bombs in Cambodia. And Asmongold's reaction is pretty much like,
by the way, the U.S. did not put all those bombs there. All the mines there. That was not all put there by the U.S. The entire premise of this argument is not true.
To pay for the sins of other generations. I wasn't even born within 20
of them,
years
yes, but not all
of the Vietnam War. Why am I responsible for anything going on here? Like, why would I pay my taxpayer dollars?
It's just like that's it. I mean, like, I think that this is one of the things that it's one of the big points that I think a lot of people are kind of realizing, especially like young men are realizing, is that I think that there's a lot of young men who feel a lot of cultural stress and a lot of financial pressure, and they are very against the idea of this generational guilt that because their grandfather or their grandfather's grandfather did something bad, that they now have to live in accordance to that. I think that's the way a lot of people feel. And that's the way I feel, at least, right? Like, I don't care about anything bad that the country did in the past. I'm not going to do anything to, like, help them if it's not for my country, right? Like, I didn't do that. It's not my responsibility. If you want to talk about, like, you know, like, fucking geopolitics, we bombed them. Obviously, it didn't necessarily, it's not going so well to begin with, right?
Armchair therapist on Twitter will probably diagnose psychopath for having that opinion, but that's the opinion I think most people in the world have. They don't want to be paying for foreign things going on that happened generations before them. I think that's a very human thing to do. But, like I said, they pretty much just complain the rest of the video here, and then we get to the good stuff.
Oh, here we go.
The biggest problem with Asmongold fans, it's your fault. Asmongold fans, you hear me? It's your fault.
It's always the viewers. That's it. It's always the viewers' fault. That's what it is.
So this thumbnail is wild. White people weaponizing Japanese people, I guess. That's rich.
Yeah, I don't think that's an American flag. What flag is that? It's not America.
Well, let's see what they have to say here. So, let's get right into the video.
My Asmongold and RevSays Desu vids got a lot of attention from a bunch of haters. Don't want my videos to do well? Find them. Click off right now. I'm telling the truth. If you want to learn how you're helping me out, sit down, my little crispy chicken nick.
Oh. All right, then. Spicy intro. Clearly, they're very upset about the dislike ratio on all these videos, and I guess that makes sense. They thought they had a little home run with these videos.
Wow,
and,
okay.
Yeah, let's hear what else they have to say. Ow, my ears, dude.
What are my fans doing that's bad?
The YouTube algorithm values engagement above all else.
They do.
Basically, it values how long somebody can stay on YouTube.com. The common truth is that people who comment and like on a video will count as good engagement. But what if I told you bad feedback and rage bait also counts as good engagement?
I mean, like, sort of, right? Like, I know
what does this have to do with me?
Single
That's us on the hamster wheel right now. We're being
only
played.
Serves to make my videos get more attention. Engaging with my videos only makes my videos show up more on your feed.
What is this like?
To be fair, that is partially true, and there are a lot of people, if you don't want to look at content, the best way for you to avoid it is to not interact with it at all. I think that's the main answer. Like, yeah, so, I mean, that part of that is true.
Anime villain monologue here, like, relax, completely mind broken over a couple of videos getting some dislikes on them. Jeez, relax.
You guys are really not beating the retard allegations. The best way to reduce the attention my videos get and to completely hinder me is to hover your cursor over my video and not click on it. By doing this, you're lowering my click-through rate. Impressions are the times a viewer sees my video on the side or in the search results. However,
it does sound like an anime villain narrative, doesn't it? Like one of those like monologues?
Clicking on the video increases my click-through rate and makes that particular impression valuable.
Why are they so mad? Oh my god. You know,
so
I think they're being like a little overly dramatic in this video. But that doesn't really work, again, because in the other videos, they were dead serious. So I don't understand, and I think they got themselves into this situation by being the perpetual contrarian. You know these people, right? Who they find someone they don't like, and their belief system becomes everything that's the opposite of that person they don't like, even if it's completely unreasonable and stupid. And I think that's how they're treating people like me and people like Asmongold, where it's like, literally, every single opinion they have, they want to have the opposite of that opinion, no matter how difficult it is to support. This is
one big problem I think everybody has nowadays, is that once you find somebody who you disagree with, people try to figure out ways to not find common ground with that person. And it's almost like if you find common ground with a person that you normally disagree with, people view it as you kind of agreeing with their other previous opinions. Like, and I think this is like a meta-level problem of thinking that happens a lot in general.
It tells YouTube it's a popular video, and it will thus spread it to more people. I recommend doing your homework before promoting content you don't like.
Also, like I said, I think they're being like a little dramatic, but it doesn't work because, like I said, they were serious in the other video, and now it's like they're trying to play it off like, oh, I was just goofing around this whole time. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think you just got kind of barraged with dislikes and negative comments, and now you're trying to cope about it.
Of course.
Fortunately, clicking on my video, watching it all the way through enough to leave entire timestamps for comments, probably giving it a dislike in the meantime, is really boosting me in the algorithm.
So I remember seeing this, you had 900 views. Video. This person broke it down very well, actually. So like showing this as some kind of an L for people who are putting out a pretty good effort to criticize what you're saying. I don't know, just posting your own L's at this point.
So really, thank you for that. I think you guys may have gotten me out of my shadow ban state. So, I do appreciate
think
the
so.
Asmongold fans. As a kind reward,
What about the red fans, man?
you get to see my videos even more. Anyhow, the engagement would be worth it if only you guys left a good comment
So
that
fucking
actually
cringe.
meant something and actually
Oh my
refuted
God.
anything meaningful. Keep watching. I appreciate you guys. Let's begin. So a Japanese historian, okay, a Japanese professor commented on this matter. So Yasuke, okay, was depicted as the Black Samurai in the new Assassin's Creed game, okay? And since he is one of the main characters, you know, the gamers go on in full force, okay? Now, people are mainly using, the main excuse they're using is that it's historically inaccurate.
It is.
Okay? That's not true. This is a topic of debate. There's a lot of Japanese people on Twitter, alright? And for the record, a lot of these people are racist as fuck, okay?
Oh!
Okay, well, there's a lot of people in Japan that don't agree with this, but they're racist, so it doesn't matter.
A lot of Japanese people on Twitter, alright, saying, hey, you know, we're offended. We're offended.
Yeah.
They are very offended.
All right, but then this Japanese historian came out, all right, who is Japanese, who is not paid by...
This guy, by the way, I believe this is the guy who was exposed as someone who was supporting the Japanese Communist Party and also didn't believe in empirical evidence for history. Like, you don't have to actually prove anything through evidence when it comes to history. It's about basically telling a story. Yeah, there's a reason why this guy got absolutely trashed.
Well, hey, I guess that makes sense. He's telling a story.
They don't refer to anyone as a samurai. Why? Because they haven't invented the word samurai yet. They haven't invented...
I don't know what they're talking about. But the other point that they made a couple seconds ago was that people are trying to basically... it really was the thumbnail, too, where they're saying
She's getting
that
mad,
people
too.
like me or Asmongold, we're speaking on behalf of all Japanese people. We're treating them as a monolith.
Yeah,
who
of course.
all think the same, which is not true. Basically,
We're treating the Japanese people as a monolith, but she's saying that a lot of them are just racist.
happening here is that we're looking, or people like me, we're looking at what the majority seems to think. And it seems very clear from a lot of evidence that a lot of Japanese people don't like the portrayal of not just Yasuke in this game, but Japan and Japanese history generally when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadows. They have a million reasons to be upset. All the controversies, all the historical inaccuracies, there's plenty to be upset at. And if you want some evidence of that, I mean, just look at one of the trailers from Ubisoft Japan. This is the Japanese version. Look at the like-dislike ratio. It's looking like a food shop here. Like 900 likes, 25,000
Not so
dislikes.
good, huh?
It's not just, a lot of people
really
hate
not
it.
so good.
There's so much apathy. Only 900 people like this trailer. I mean, that's absolutely insane. So,
wow.
People like me, we see this and say, yes, I understand.
Yeah, we look at this and we think maybe the people in Japan have an opinion about it. Yeah, I wonder why.
And Japanese people are not a monolith, but it seems like the reception in Japan is really bad. And I think that's a fair conclusion to make right here on this subject. Now, returning to this, they just yap on, and just going over some other things, it's honestly a waste of time.
Yeah,
so let's go to the conclusion here, the closing.
Okay.
And hear what we have to say here.
Yeah, I've taken an open-minded approach to his content, watched a lot. I do not believe...
Also, the average Asmongold fan dropped the ball. Like, that, wouldn't that make more sense for me?
Yeah. Look at that. That looks a lot like him and a lot like it doesn't look like me. This is ridiculous. They'll understand me in Japan. That's not even it.
Anyway,
Gold is operating in a nefarious manner. He is trying to understand a lot about a lot. Same as me, lol. So I respect your video because I did learn from you too. Okay, this is at least a nice comment. Okay. This first video is pretty rough, okay? I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that.
Good.
Okay.
Jesus.
Rev says, okay, this one has less comments. I mean, okay, guys, I just want to say that this video, alright, this video is way better. In fact, if anything, the best part is this part, okay? Not only...
Oh my god.
What an
so
annoying
apparently,
person. What an insanely annoying
video.
fucking person.
This
Oh
this
my
is
God.
the best we got out of the
Just
the series
yapping.
here.
Yes,
But
it's
anyways. That's gonna do it for
like
this
these
video.
videos suck. Like that's the reason why people aren't watching it. Make better videos.
Obviously, a lot of stuff to react to.
Yeah,
I found this to be
they're not
pretty
even
funny.
good.
I'm not trying to go over the top
Oh
with
my
this. I just thought
God.
it was pretty amusing to see all these videos and some of the logic being used. But having said that, like I said, as always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
It's just fucking crazy to see where these people come from, man.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I love seeing this because this is exactly what I would imagine the people that are like the Twitter haters of me. This is exactly the way that I would imagine them to be in real life. Yeah, this is the video. Yeah, it's like, this is like, when I see this, it's like going to a brony convention and seeing the guy there with like the rainbow sparkle shirt, the fedora, the fire, you know, overshirt on, it's blue fire at the bottom with the, you know, cargo shorts and you know, like fucking socks and sandals. It's like you actually see the entire fucking Exodia stereotype put together completely. So yeah, it's fucking hilarious.